Hello, guys and girls, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
to Wintersun Podcast number 16.
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure on this. We can make a bet. Who
All
wants
right.
to bet?
Let's say it's
Nobody.
16.
No, it is 16. Let's say 16. It is 16. Hello, you all. We're back.
Cheers.
Cheers. Definitely. This is only
Vissy, you have the same goddamn
Vissy.
drink.
Vissy, like we say in Finland. Vissy.
But you know what? I have some lemon in here. Makes it even better.
Well, I have lemon and honey in here.
Do you have
And
some
if you also have honey, I have even more stuff in here.
Do you have some vodka in there?
I have also honey in here. No. Mine is only this. Actually, it's just filled with water. It's not even the sparkling water anymore. But anyways, Asim, do you like sparkling water?
No.
No, okay. Teemu likes maybe sparkling, but do you like sparkling water?
Not so much, actually.
No.
This is probably the most famous Finnish sparkling water brand. Vissy.
Hey guys, if you like sparkling water, please comment below. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Hey,
The first time,
I like Vissy the most because it has the most sparkles.
the first time I heard the
Goes
name
nicely.
and read the name of a company in English, of course, I read it like Wishy. I was
fishy,
like,
yeah.
this is wishy water, wishy-washy. This is definitely some fishy water in there.
Well, this fishy-washy has been in this country for a long time.
I guess they have a year here somewhere.
And,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
What the
maybe
fuck? It says 1836.
Yeah, how old is that?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And it says the most strongest water in Finland.
That's how we Finns keep our bacteria going. Drinking that old water and stuff. Yeah. Hey, nice to be back after a while. How are you guys doing? Thumbs up 2 times. That was already enough. Next. Jari, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Been enjoying the summer. I was a little bit sick last week. Had a little corona scare, but took the test and negative.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been enjoying the summer and working on music and playing guitar actually quite a lot lately.
Mhm.
Yesterday actually changed pickups to my raw shit gem.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had the 81, 80, 85 the last time, but now
You-
it's James Hetfield. It's still 85, but gold ones. It's gold Evertune, gold pickups. Also the gold Evo frets.
Oh, how gold can you go?
So immediately you can feel and hear the power of this James Hetfield pickup.
Okay.
The man knows his stuff,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
instant attack and power.
So you've been playing Metallica stuff, no Kiss songs or new riffs or
Both.
Not just Kiss?
Always.
Damn it. Okay. Spending quality time then with the guitar. That's cool.
I'm playing
Teemu.
Kiss with Metallica sound.
That might work.
I've actually tweaked quite close to the Metallica Black Album sound.
Okay.
So it's
Good.
fun
Thinking
playing with
to
that
you-
sound.
Thinking to use it somewhere or?
Maybe.
Okay. Asin, Teemu, how's the guitar singing over there?
Here it's all good. Yeah, took a bit of vacation in Finland. It was nice, just relaxing in the countryside and a bit of swimming in the lake and picking up some berries in the forest. And yeah, I also got a little bit sick last week, a bit of cold, but a negative corona test, luckily.
Okay.
And other than that, been still teaching a lot and we started recording the new Smackbound album, working on the guitars right now. And yeah, that's about it.
The summer has been really fucking hot. Like the most hottest summer like in 15 years, at least what I can remember.
It was recorded the most hottest summer in the world.
Really? Oh shit.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it started to show
Yeah,
a lot of
sweating my
signs.
balls here.
Shredding your balls? Sorry, what?
And Asim, you remember we did Wintersun guitar school, and it was really hot.
It was very hot. It was unbreathable at one point. It was intense.
Guitar schools can be hot, I guess.
Apparently.
And Asim, how are you?
I'm fairly feeling very positive because tomorrow I'm going to Greece. Oh shit, when are we releasing this? I shouldn't have mentioned that. But yeah, I'm going on a vacation after a long time getting out of Finland. Yes, that'll be a vacation of my entirety. I think that we should not mention.
How long?
But going on an island, definitely. I mean, it's a big island, so everybody would know the island, of course, but that's Santorini. So,
how long are you going to be staying?
1 week.
Well, let's not talk about that. Okay.
Well, I just named it, so like if somebody would even try to find, it would be impossible because it's a big area, so that would be good. But else than that, it's been great because I was on the stage 3 times this year, so it was insanely good feeling. It just did something inside, so it was great. Some batteries which were dying, they got recharged immediately. So now I can last for a couple of more months easily. So that's good.
That's cool.
And yeah, that's been the case. So I'm quite like looking forward to not working anything and just taking time off completely. So that would start from this Saturday.
Okay. Cool. Eat a lot of koriatiki.
Time off is always good.
Time off. I haven't heard that in a while. I wonder how is time off? What is time off? Well, okay. Yes. Yeah. Then I'm gonna use my dominance that I have for this hour to come. First and last time, probably ever. No, not the last time. One of the few times I have dominance over everyone else, so I'm gonna ask you guys questions again. Our lovely Patreons have been sending some.
Oh yeah.
And let's hit it. So, first of all, there's Dreadnought asking, as a quite new patron, I would like to know how much and how does the Patreon help the band?
Well, we have a content worth more than a year, and definitely like we have live videos that we post every month, and it's been helping us like staying in touch with the community very closely because we have a very, very tight-knit forum as well that we are part of, and we have good questions that come around there regarding production, regarding other things, and of course we have a lot of fun times there as well. And so it keeps us very close to the community. That's, and of course keeps us sane for getting things like working with Bandwise as we do the podcast as well. So it has helped a lot in that sense that we are all together having a good time. Other than that, I think it's fun to make videos for the patrons as well, and just see how they react to things, and they suggest things as well to us. So it's been quite positive in that sense. And of course, the most important is in these times there's something that keeps us going, and I think for Wintersun, Patreon has kept us going.
Well, and I think it's also nice to offer everybody other content as well, and not just to go off from the map completely in a music creation mode, but there's something else as well.
Correct.
And to say that we are here, new music creation is happening, but also on the side doing other things as well. And
correct.
That is kind of like helping everybody, the band and of course the guys and the fans and everybody, two-way communication and yeah.
I really love that closed community aspect, especially our forum. It's really fun to share stuff and talk about details about anything, live, guitars, amps, sharing some fun videos and memes. So for me, that's really great. And for us, it's great that we can do this podcast and stay connected and, talk to each other, because we are all very busy in our own schedules. So keeps the Wintersun train, going.
Truly that, yeah. Teemu, do you have something else?
No, I agree on all those points. I definitely like the continuity that it gives, and that there's some regular thing happening with the four of us as well. So it's nice to get to catch up with these podcasts as well, and everything around the Patreon as well, and of course the Patreon community is very nice. So I think it's like you guys said, it's a win-win situation.
Yeah,
and also income-wise, of course, it helps us a lot. This kind of is sort of our daily job, because at least for me, when I'm making music, I don't have much of income coming from anywhere. So it helps to stay afloat. Of course, we did the crowdfunding. I have money from that, but I want to save that for the studio. So I really wouldn't like to spend that for just living costs. So it's good to have like some sort of day job.
Mm.
And I'm especially grateful for the fans that stay in Patreon and keep supporting us. So thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, and regarding this, Dreadnought, he actually asked another question as well, not related to this, but
another one.
Let's bring it in. Second question is related to Awaken from the Dark Slumbers intro. I'm hearing some similarity between the intro and Laura Palmer's theme from Twin Peaks. Was there any inspiration from that, or is it just a coincidence?
Hey, what's that white noise?
Oh, some snow falling somewhere. Snowstorm all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
say that it's, wait a sec, one of my all-time favorite Wintersun songs, by the way, and I love the intro. Such an incredible atmosphere. Would be interesting to know what synth and or sample libraries were used for that. But there's actually
so
2 more questions.
Well, first of all, thank you. Well, definitely, I've been always big fan of Twin Peaks, and the intro. I wanted to make a kind of mystical intro, and the Twin Peaks, there's just this one note, like the 5th going to the next. Well, they probably can tell. Well, anyway, the fifth note going to the half step. That's kind of Twin Peaks.
To the 6th, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that, and I intentionally leave it there because I'm a big fan of Twin Peaks, and also I put all the owls and animal noises there because I wanted this kind of Twin Peaks mystical forest feel. So it was definitely intentional kind of influence. And the VST synths I used, the main sound is probably from Omnisphere, if I can remember right. and then there's still like kind of harp-like sounds. I think some of may have been. There was this like Forest Kingdom library that I used. I used it actually quite a lot in the album. I can't remember the brand, but I bought it from this site called Best Service. They sell a lot of sample libraries. It was like Forest Kingdom or Forest Kingdom 2 or something like that. It's good library.
Cool.
I guess there was some other sounds too, but at the moment can't remember.
Oh, I do remember about the owl sound. We were searching for that together, and I think I found it somewhere, like a free sample that I sent you. I don't know if that ended up being used in the end.
Yeah, actually, I think I made some social media post about it too. Where can I find some owl samples? I think some people sent something to me, and then maybe you send me something, and then I also found something myself.
No, actually, the hidden gem is that Teemu made the owl thing himself. He's really good imitating this stuff.
That's the actual thing.
You should hear his forest library that he has.
Well, actually, because Awakened from the Dark Slumber was in our last tours was always the opening song, and when the intro is playing, I sometimes like do my own owl noises in the microphone. So I'm always wondering if anyone heard that in the audience.
Yeah, at least some of your fellow members heard in the in-ears like a drunken owl there. that brought a bit extra, yeah, for sure.
Some extra samples.
Yeah, extra samples. Okay, Julio. Let's go to the next one. AP Cortelai, the legend himself. If you would live in Masters of the Universe world, and you had to choose one of these two, okay, there's the two are He-Man or Skeletor. Who would you be, and why is that?
I don't know, Skeletor, because he's so funny. Actually, one of my friends just sent me this YouTube clip about Skeletor laugh. It's fucking hilarious. Like killer character.
Yeah, I would definitely be Skeletor also. But that influence is actually I only need to, of course, you always need to blame someone else for everything. So this time I blame my parents because when I was a kid, I wanted to have He-Man and the Panther. I can't remember the Panther's name. They went somewhere abroad and they came back. They came back with Skeletor and the Panther, and that was like it hit me big time. Like that was probably the first calls to the dark side.
I never had He-Man either. I had some other characters. I don't think I even had Skeletor. I had some weird. I don't even remember.
Yeah, and I was heavily influenced by Skeletor from that on. First impression was a bit shocked that who is this, but then I started investigating and realized that this is the true hero.
The underdog.
Yeah.
Unsung hero.
Well, I've not been into the Masters of Universe, so I wouldn't choose any, unfortunately.
Oh, there's a philosopher.
What?
That was some deep philosophy.
Right, exactly. Right there. Read between the lines.
Oh, okay. I have to start thinking of this now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't actually either into it. I don't think I've ever watched Master of the Universe.
Hey, I heard that there's a new series on Netflix.
Yeah,
I've heard it.
I saw that.
We haven't been into this. Hey, I heard the news. What the fuck?
I've heard it's shit.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
But I remember a fun thing when we were kids, me and my friends, like when we had birthdays, we kind of plotted that, okay, your parents should, tell your parents to get this character for me and I'll get this character for you.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
On our
Exchange.
birthday.
You were already businessmen back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Looking at the magazine. I want this. So.
Wow.
Cool. That's
Epic.
perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Well,
And I actually saw a couple of my childhood friends last week. So one of them turned 40. So it was really fun to see them and hang around.
Did you exchange some characters?
or did you dress up as Skeletors, or you look like one?
No, but we were actually like plotting, let's buy this guy a He-Man from Amazon or something.
Yeah.
It didn't come to fruition.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's that He-Man, sexy beast, muscular man in diapers.
Yeah, with
Well,
hair.
damn, so is Skeletor, but he has a cooler color.
Is there a movie of He-Man as well? Like who?
Yeah, I actually saw it in movie
Yeah.
theaters when I was like something like 9 years old.
Mhm. Who is the actor? I
Uh,
wonder.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is he the same guy who said, "I will break you" in Rocky?
I
Yeah.
think so.
He was like the
Yeah.
Russian character.
Yeah. Correct.
The oiled, shiny Russian.
Yeah, I remember when I saw it in the movies, I missed like 5-10 minutes because I had to take a piss. So fucking sucked.
Some things never change, right?
Right.
It's
Press play.
crazy,
Wait,
little,
I gotta go
crazy
pee.
little details that you still can remember.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
But that movie was the shit back in the day.
It was, yeah. What year was that?
90 something. Sooner. Has to be 80 something.
80s.
Like 88 or something. Late 80s.
When did that come from? The first Conan?
Also 80s.
80s,
That was like
definitely.
80s as well.
I still haven't seen any of the Conans.
Sequel.
Not the newer ones.
What the hell?
Any?
I showed you the soundtrack and said you gotta see
Yeah.
the movies.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I recall from the time of like the guitar player of Kiowas when the time I was in Kiowas, of course, he is a big fan of Conan,
Yeah.
so he always was very adamant, like, you need to see this. So it's been 10 years that I haven't still seen any of them. So
I actually don't remember much about the second movie, The Destroyer. But the first
Yeah.
movie I watched like maybe at
Well,
least.
good that I haven't seen that. I just want to confess that I haven't seen the sequel.
wow.
I remember the
Should check it
sequel
out.
wasn't that good, but I think it was watchable.
Was there in the sequel Red Sonja? Because there's the movie Red Sonja.
I don't know. It's like a different,
Because Conan was there
maybe.
for a while as well.
I understand it's like a different.
It is, yeah,
Universe,
but they somehow the characters hook up
Yeah, I remember
in the
something.
movies.
That's like a similar character, but woman.
Should check Red Sonja as well. I think I had it on VHS. Still do.
Do you have a VHS player?
Should get one again. Okido. Let's go onwards hopefully AP, these answers made your day. Erika Evil is asking the next question. Oh my, what's going to happen? My question for Jukka, Jari, and Asim. How old were you the first time you were totally shit-faced? Okay. And for Teemu, the question is, have you ever been drunk?
What the fuck?
Oh, right. Well, I guess Erika knows her stuff, that there's some evil in this. Asking maybe in this interesting way. Okay.
Wow.
I can't.
I was 18 years old, but the first time I wasn't shit-faced. It was like a nice buzz. The second or third time I got pretty fucking drunk. And I drank this fucking Ballantines whiskey.
Yeah, that's mine.
Never again.
No, that's exactly mine. That's
Really?
Yeah.
Horrible shit.
Yeah, that's me. That was my first encounter of being shit-faced. Yes. I was about to turn 18. Yeah. That's deadly.
Yeah, I was 18 as well, but I was drinking this in the Finnish liquor stores. You can get this turquoise green looking gin lemon or something like that it's called.
Is it very sugary?
It's very sugary. It's like 16-18% stuff, and I think the turmoil that you will get from that is really, I don't recommend that. Definitely not.
Sounds disgusting.
It definitely was. It looks and it tasted, if I remember correctly, like this Finnish dishwashing liquid, Fairy. Okay, it's fairy, but we call it Fairy. So.
How do you know how that tastes like?
There you go. been doing so many years the dishes manually with my hands, so sometimes got some bubbles in the nose and the face and in the mouth. Yeah. Oh, I like eating dishes.
Like generally when you're cooking, you taste a little bit. When you're dishwashing, you taste a little bit. Is it clean now? Yeah.
Yeah. That's good for the head also.
I drank some of those sugary shits when I was younger, but then it kind of shifted to beer and maybe some vodkas and whiskeys and tequilas.
Only maybe. Maybe. But hey,
actually, I had some phase. I was really into, drinks, like mixing drinks and doing like special kind of, what are those? Cocktails.
Okay. What are you doing? Mixing?
I was just experimenting with different stuff. And I think I had some like drink book or something. But it was just a phase. Lasted a few months.
Okay. But hey, I don't care of any of our answers here, but I'm just waiting for this one guy to answer to his part. Yeah. So, how is it? Let us know.
Have I ever been drunk?
Yeah.
Sure.
Shit-faced.
Sure. No. It was not. It was drunk.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I think I had my first alcoholic drink probably at 17 or 18. I wasn't really into like drinking as a teenager, and yeah, like all in all, I've never
nowadays.
But nowadays, no. I think all in all, I've been shit-faced a few times in my life. Very, very special occasions usually.
I guess we have seen a few times.
What? Yeah. Somehow
at least
like
me and Jukka.
Yeah, sounds like.
I'm not sure if Asim has seen.
I missed that opportunity.
Oh,
There's still time.
I've heard
But it might sound like the one that who has never been shit-faced but only drunk might be the smarter one of us, but I didn't say it out loud. Not gonna admit that, of course. Okay. But yeah. Enough with
nowadays,
that.
Nowadays
no.
I only drink like IPAs and pale ales. Or regular beer, but I prefer IPAs.
Okay. These are 12-14% double IPAs or what?
only one, 40%.
Only IPA. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, but now we're gonna go onwards. Johannes Pöyhönen for sure is hi guys, Johannes here. Hey, Johannes. Question for Asim and Jukka. Describe how was your Wednesday evening gigs? Okay. Asim's own, Jukka with Nightwish at Club Teatria in Oulu. You got to finally play for a full crowd. Saw a couple of clips in YouTube. Asim's version of The Islander kicked major ass, and Jukka dominated Nightwish basement. All the best to the whole Wintersun group. Oh, Asim, how was it for you?
It was incredible. As I mentioned, I mean, it got me back on track, basically, that whole show, preparing for it and, just focusing on myself and just focusing on getting back on stage. It's really kind of flipped things in my brain somehow. So it was very, very positive in that sense. And of course, it was a dream come true gig because, one of the bands that I came to know in the beginning before coming to Finland was Nightwish as well. So, I mean, opening for the band, which is the biggest export of Finland from the music industry side, it's like, did it really happen? Even after the whole show, I was backstage with Jukka when he came off the stage as well. Then I was looking at Jukka. Did it really happen? Both were looking at each other like, yeah, like wow, that was an incredible experience. So I'm very thankful for the whole opportunity that came along, and it was just crazy till the whole show ended. It was from my side. It was more like execution that I don't want to fuck up anything. It's like really important. But the moment I went on the stage and I saw the crowd, first expression was like, this is not real, because it was a 3K capacity of the venue and it was sold out. So it was just like, this is really not happening. Is it for real? I mean, wow. So the whole vibe was so energetic and positive. It was just incredible to see all the smiling faces and just enjoying the moment. And yeah, everything was super smooth. Everything worked out extremely well. And yeah, it was incredible to meet everybody like from the Nightwish camp, and yeah, good times basically. And then we, from the Wintersun camp, like basically.
Oh,
what's happening?
Snowstorm somewhere again.
Winter is coming.
So.
Yeah, I have this issue with the software a little bit. Yeah, but like from like meeting Jukka again, and of course seeing him on the stage was incredible too, and seeing him getting ready from a different point of view was interesting, because when I was getting off the stage, he was just getting ready to get on the stage. So it was just like, oh, okay. So it was overall, the experience was amazing. It was way too hot for me on the stage.
It was everywhere. It was a really hot day. So backstage, everything was already sweating before even going on the stage.
Did you wish you would have gone on the stage with Jukka?
He can tell about it. He had an idea.
Asim, choose your words wisely now.
Exactly. He had an idea of coming on the stage, but then he decided not to.
Yeah, because one thing I regret for that day, that when Asi was playing there and he started playing Death and the Healing, and I was like, I didn't remember at that time that you're gonna do it, and I was like,
All right.
what the hell is happening here now? Whose show it is, and where should I go now? Like,
Why am I not on the stage? What's happening?
No. But then I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to go on stage with Asim, actually, go behind him and like put the hand over the shoulder and, hey, yell to the mic, this is a freaking cool song.
Funny.
But damn it that I didn't do it. I wanted to, but I was so kind of like thinking that I must screw up your show, that your mic be like loaded there, and all of a sudden I come like some mörker from behind, like scare you or something.
There's no one spinning next to you.
yeah. Not
Right.
this way or that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it was just, as I mentioned, it was a dream come true, like, show, till the very last minute when I went off the stage. Then the realization did come along that shit, it really happened. So, because of course it was kept as a, not so very secret show anymore, because of course it was supposed to be in 2020, and then it got postponed, and of course then all over the whole thing regarding the camp was basically just so chill. It was absolutely a delightful feeling just to get on stage and do all these songs. But I was trying to be very, very, very strict with time and everything. I had my timer on the stage of my own as well. Even the stage manager was like, don't worry about it. You're the only one guy, so it's going to take us 1 minute to, clear out the everything. And for me, what I was talking about, why it was so hot, because I had the leather jacket on, like the full jacket on. So if it was like 35 degrees on the stage, it multiplied. And I forgot to recheck that if my front fan, which was actually used by a floor as well, we didn't put it on. So by the second song already, when I stopped breathing, then I realized, holy shit, the fan is not on. So then I was like sweating already, and I looked left to the stage manager, and we both looked at it and we said, well, let's keep on going. So yeah, if maybe Yuka would have come to hang out, maybe I would have put the fan on. So bad Yuka, you didn't come, man.
Yeah, my fault. Sorry about that. Yeah, but yeah, that show was really nice. Of course, for me it was like a new situation with new dudes and everything. But I have to say that the atmosphere overall is just very chill, totally amazing. And of course, you, at least me personally, whatever show is happening, always have butterflies in your stomach. But that's always a good thing, because you're kind of like, what is that? Charging yourself. And just some minutes before the show was like, I just forgot everything and just pure enjoyment. And really, really nice mood and really nice feel that all of us on stage that we had together. But then again, of course, it's never, concert situation is never anything without the people, because it's kind of like you share a moment together. I don't know if I've ever seen kind of like that sort of looks and faces that people were like, finally, these things are happening again. It's kind of like more charge. How can you say it? Like more power in there. Yeah. In that situation, it was the same thing at the festivals as well.
Oh yeah.
And, it's just amazing. So it was really, really, really amazing to play at least few shows.
So it was like over a year and a half break.
Yeah, year and a half break. Yeah. And, on the other hand, didn't feel like it, but on the other hand, it felt a lot like it. Kind of like thinking about it. Oh, you're here again, and
you told me it felt weird.
Well,
I'm here back again.
Yeah, it felt felt kind of like in the sense that there has been such a long gap that you haven't been on stage. And it's like, what is this amazingness? This is the best times ever. I kind of like never had those weird feelings because it's always been continuation, show after another, never of these sort of worldwide breaks. So. Yeah.
And how was the after party?
Chilled and relaxed.
Just sitting outside of the place that we were staying at, just the Nightwish camp, and basically that's it.
Enjoying what just happened for the whole evening and kind of like giving that nice mood in you. I mean, getting the best of it. Yeah.
And of course, these guys had the show then the next day, so
the day after.
Wasn't like a blasting day. Yeah, no, Ada. Yes. Ada. Ada.
Ada?
Yes, Ada de Ada.
Ada.
Ada. A day after. Yeah, but like with regarding the crowd, there were really some faces which really put me at ease on the stage as well, because they were so happy genuinely to see something really happening and being part of the event. It was just like, it was so cool. Even one time I got so distracted by looking at this one guy who was on my right side that I forgot the lyrics. So I was just like, oops. Because he was genuinely so happy with
Yeah.
So it was sweet. Yeah. But it was chill.
Yeah. But playing live for me personally is just the best times, and it would be great that the worldwide situation would get better and Wintersun could go on playing shows as well. Let's hope that will happen worldwide at least soon, but who knows at the moment. Doesn't look like it, but sorry, don't want to be negative, but hopefully sooner than later.
Well, at least in Europe it's difficult. I mean, US, the tours are starting now, so
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, but let's go onwards to Marlene's question. Oh, this is a good bridge that we just left off now. That I think we can all agree that COVID-19 has changed life a little over the past 18 months. There have been lots of restrictions, lots of things that we had to stop doing, lots of things that we had to do but didn't want to do. However, my question is, were there things you changed for the better? Were there things you changed for the better during this time that you want to keep doing in the future? Maybe opportunities to do things differently you never would have taken if it weren't for this pandemic.
I don't think anything has really changed that drastically for me. But we were lucky in a sense because in the beginning of the pandemic, we took a break from live playing anyways. So I've been just being at home making music and enjoying the process of that. So I don't know if there's any like new positive things that the pandemic has brought. I guess perspective, like the importance of health and stuff like that. At least for me, I've been trying to be more healthy and eating better, exercising more. I don't know. What about you guys?
Well,
it's kind of wake up call.
I think I've thought that I've always been reflective and thinking a lot how I feel and how the outside world is. But I have to say that there's been a lot of self-search and realizations that everything really went to a halt. Although Wintersun-wise, we were supposed to go on a break anyways. But then again, very strict lockdowns and even more isolation than before. So start to think about many things and kind of like realizing about myself many things that maybe in the past things haven't been exactly how I've seen them. Maybe what should I say, told myself or lied to myself how they really were. And this was kind of like a good thing that I started to realize, to wake up to certain things that I haven't in the past. Yeah. So a person level, something like that. So it was, in a way, it's been really good. Not, well, it's been really good what happened. Of course, it hasn't been good what happened, but you know, there's always at least two sides to everything. So, at least for me.
Yeah, you gotta just adapt and
yeah, of course, adapting and
try to be positive and
yeah, definitely.
not corona positive, but
no. Yeah.
positive
Well, good
other ways.
Yeah, good that you said that, because yeah, whatever happens, at least in my life, you always go onwards. Whatever happens. So
Yeah.
No been a hard times, of course, but yeah, it's kind of good that you start realizing new things in yourself.
Yeah.
It might be a bit scary sometimes that you start to go through certain unknown things, but I think
I was from the New Year's until June, like totally isolated at home, didn't see anyone. So it started to really feel this, what the fuck is this life all about? Like, what the hell is going on? But then luckily the summer came, there's more light, got to see some friends, go out. So that definitely lifts up the spirits.
Yeah, definitely. But there has been a lot of time to do some self-searching, or what is that? It's been really fruitful also. It's really cool. So, Pasi,
Yeah, same thing for me. I mean, it's been, on the other hand, of course, really sad that there's no shows, and realizing like how much really missing the live shows.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like time for other things, time for like more slowed down lifestyle, which has its upsides as well. To have more time to reflect and more time to, more family time, and just like taking it a little bit slower. I've been also like taking it slower with social media for a while now, which trying to find a kind of new balance for everything.
Pasi?
Yeah, in my case, everything has changed. I mean, it's been like a huge. It's been like definitely a huge shift in everything. So
Who's washing the dishes?
Oh, there's some. What is happening there? Yeah. Are you already testing the fire there, the fairy light?
Yeah, I was
previously.
just
Somebody's
thinking
eating it now.
trying to make the fairy work for me, like
Yeah.
right after podcast, let me see what exactly Jukka has been talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the background noise, but yeah, so I mean, it has changed a lot. Like I started doing a lot of things as well, like realizing what could be the future, like in that sense, that because uncertainty is very, very weird to have that experience, because obviously you never know what's going to happen. But when you realize this thing that really hits you in the face, I mean, like it's easier to just say that, yeah, you never know what's going to happen. But when something really happens, then it just changes you. So this year had been very, very tough on me in that sense, even from the very beginning after the whole New Year thing. And right afterwards, it's been kind of, I've been just put in the middle of the ocean, not knowing which direction to take, where to go, what to do, and this and that. So I've been floating around, like, swimming on different corners and this and that. But yeah, eventually I think it's been positive in that way because it has enlightened a lot of things, realization regarding the world, regarding people particularly, and regarding myself as well, which was like a big shift from left and right. Knowing things, in a way, this period of time has brought things to on the surface, which were inside, much more on the surface because of unbalanced, um, what is the word? Unbalanced frustrations, kind of, so they have come to surface, and it made me realize in different tone, different ways, different things about life. So it's been kind of positive in that way. I can see it as like really a positive thing that it really happened, and it happened now, than to, because when you're running in a regular formation, when you're routined in that sense, you don't realize so many things that pass you by. But when you come to a stop, when you halt yourself from that fast pace that you were going in, then you start looking. It's like the same way when you're driving a car and you're passing all the green lights, you don't realize what's on your left or right, you just pass by. But the moment you stop at a red signal, then you look left and right, like, oh fuck, like really, like what is and who is what is. And when you even realize that, hey, your indicator is broken as well, or something like that. So it was pretty positive in that sense. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot about interesting human nature, particularly. So all in all, it's been positive, rough, edge cutting experience.
Okay. Did we already all answer? Yes, we did. I think so. Yeah, interesting times indeed. And,
We'll see.
hopefully, humanity itself would get something out of it, but that's another topic then.
But getting back on stage is the key. That's the best meditation ever. I can't, like, if you're a musician, even if you suppress it, repress it or whatnot, but the moment you realize this, what music is for me is not just sitting in the studio and making the music, but it's like getting on stage. Even though I didn't, like, when I did those two last weekend, the shows, Dark River Festival in Finland, I didn't mingle with people much, but the sheer experience of being on the stage and just pulling off the shows and just, sitting at the tent area backstage as well, that was just like incredible. It was just like, yes, cool. Felt like a mini tour because I had the show one day after another. It was just like getting on stage, doing it, like, yes. But of course, the waiting time this time was much easier to do because something was happening. Generally, the waiting time, we all can agree on, it's the most boring thing you can do before the shows. You're just sitting there like, so it was good. So that's the meditation.
Cool. Well, yeah, on to the next question. Santer here is asking that, is there any Wintersun songs that are not part of any album? Just like random songs or songs without bigger concept?
I mean, there's a lot of unfinished songs that are not still. Well, I mean, pretty much all of them are part of some album or concept. I mean, there might be some random. Well, there definitely is random riffs and melodies and ideas that are not yet in any specific album. I would say most of them I have an idea which album they're going to be on.
Yeah.
But not like anything like finished song.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. Then next one from Arwen. I have a question for Teemu and Asim regarding your bands and projects. Any news about music releases and tour plans? Teemu, Smackbound and your student works, Asim Damnation Plan, TCC, The Circle.
Yeah, like I said earlier, with Smackbound, we're currently recording the second album. The first one came out last year, June, and yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to play any shows, obviously, then and now. This summer we had like one festival offer, but then we decided to actually concentrate on recording the album instead of just like gearing up for just one show, which was unfortunate. But then again, I think a better decision to then try to go full on with the next album and then get more shows for next summer. So that's the plan to complete the album now. I think the release is planned for early next year, sometime beginning of next year, and then hopefully there would be some shows coming up. At least we have a few summer festivals that have been postponed from this year and to last year. So hopefully those would happen next year summer, and then we'd be happy to get to maybe get some support slot with another band and actually tour with Smackbound. But of course it's a small band, never played a show, and just the second album coming out. So let's see what's going to happen with that. Plus, besides everybody else in the band also is like busy with their other projects too. So let's see what's going to happen. But looking forward to playing at least some shows with Smackbound. Besides that, there were supposed to be some fill-in shows happening this summer for another project that I was in a couple of years ago, but unfortunately those got canceled as well. Hopefully they would happen again next summer. It'd be nice. Besides that, there was something about students projects. Yeah, I've had now some students who I've helped with releasing their own stuff as well. The latest was this one of my students from Seattle, US. It's basically a one-man project who he basically made the music, and then I helped him like get a producer and like a guy doing orchestrations and a couple guest vocalists, and that just came out a moment ago. It's called Drona. The song is called No So Me. I think I shared it there on the Patreon forum as well. It's pretty cool song with Joni from Whisper doing guest vocals, and Mikael from Thyro and other projects doing clean vocals, and Miro, our beloved tour manager, doing the producing and mixing.
Oh, it's that one. I didn't know you were on that. So what did you do?
I'm really not playing there myself. I was just like, because it's songs that we often go through like during our lessons. So I've had like my suggestions for some guitar arrangements and stuff like that. But mainly I was just like helping him to put it together and help him find these other guys. Like another student of mine did the orchestrations for him, things like that. Yeah.
Right. Well, in my department, definitely taking a week off completely for myself, away from music most of all, and work particularly. So I've been like, next week I'll be away for that, but as soon as I'm coming back, I'm straight ahead pressing the rec button for Damnation Plan. So we have, of course, I'm the last one left for a longer period of time. Of course, we have done everything else ready, but my parts are the last ones to be recorded. So I'll do that, and right after that, of course, meanwhile, I'll be doing a lot of Twitch streams as well, because that has become kind of partially my work also. And so with the Twitch streams, regarding that, then I have a very interesting project. Not a project. Well, it's already people know it, which is the Circle. It's a side project. So I have to finish the. We have the next release as well happening next year, so I'll finish that thing as well this year. Then also True Cult Club's album recordings need to be done, so I'll be doing that. So basically 3 kind of partially albums to be worked on. And then I have here and there some guest appearances that I'll be part of, so I have to look into those as well over time. And then I've started to pick up again, giving the lessons, vocal lessons and guitar lessons, so I'll be doing that starting September. And so I see myself quite like occupied for till the end of the year, because I'm pretty sure that there are not going to be any shows. So, now it's time to get back to reality, kind of, after realizing that, okay, well, this is the new life, basically. For me, like doing this Twitch thing and having my own community with Discord and things like that. So that keeps me kind of, in circulation. So this is what's going to be the release pattern. Everything will be released next year, though. So yeah, those are the actual plans, but we never know. I mean, if things do open up and some opportunity does come in, then we will definitely take it. So
keeping busy.
Trying to keep as busy as possible. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to take this 1 week completely off, so I don't burn out, because I have burned myself out this year twice, and that was not a good picture.
Yeah,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I kind of destroyed myself pretty bad.
Yeah, it's good to have some time off.
Oh yeah, time off. Yeah. So eventually.
That thing, yeah. That thing, yeah.
Exactly.
Next question.
Yes.
All right.
Nani.
Yeah. So, and one for me. How is it for you being a part of Time Off? No. How is it for you being a part of the Nightwish family, and how is the dynamic on stage?
Me?
Well, Jari, you can answer to this as well if you like. Yes, it's
my plan is working very well. The innovation is almost complete.
Nani.
Yeah. Would you like to
elaborate?
Yeah. Say some more about that?
No, I can't reveal my evil plan.
Yeah. Maybe not today then. Yet. Yeah, it is amazing to be a part. Absolutely very chilled, respectful environment in every sense, and very like-minded people, and the dynamics on stage are very similar. Although everything is very new, of course, for me and for the others as well, regarding this new situation, but nevertheless, couldn't have started better. Let's say it like that. And it is like that. Yeah. Okay. Then next one. Thomas Jutenfeld is here in line. Is there any chance of a studio recorded version of Storm being released before the album it belongs to? What is that song?
What is this Storm? I don't know what you're talking about.
Did somebody
we had a little
compose
bit of
a song?
Storm yesterday. We had day before yesterday.
Yeah, it's been.
And yesterday we
stormy
had
here.
What was it? Did you record it?
Well, I could have put the microphone, record it, and then make a studio version out of it.
Okay, then we should wait for the next Storm, right?
Yes.
When
well,
is
you
that?
two look like you're in the forest.
I have an app for that. I can record with my iPhone.
You can have a carpet storm there if you like.
Yeah.
What? Jari, you recorded it.
At the storm yesterday.
Yeah.
No,
So can you? It would be really cool.
Actually, I missed it.
Because he's asking here, saying that would be really cool to release a song or a snippet of it while waiting for the next album. So maybe on today's Friday or maybe on a Monday there's a storm.
I have to wait for the
next
next storm, and maybe I can release a snippet.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect storm. He's also asking anything in the works before the real album, whichever it might be.
For me?
I believe so.
Actually, yes.
What is that? What is
I can't reveal it because I want to keep it as a surprise. Just a little something. Probably gonna come before the next album. Just some little something. You'll have to wait and see.
Wait and bleed.
Yeah.
Then happy bleeding, everyone. Okay. Next is Netanya. Do you watch the Olympics? Okay. Olympics just passed. If yes, then what are your favorite events to watch and any countries you're rooting for?
Nope.
Nope, I did not watch the Olympics at all.
I used to watch them when I was a kid. My father used to be a big fan of watching sports in that fashion.
Same here as well, yeah.
But no.
Yeah, I never enjoyed watching sports. I like football or something. I like to play it. I like to go myself out and play the football myself than watching.
Yeah. Well, actually,
I understand that people like watching it.
Yeah.
For me, it has never catched on.
One kind of an entertainment, of course. I was actually close watching the Olympics because I read from somewhere that karate is there for the first time or again in a long time, which was a bit strange because I thought it has always been there. Well, if I'm wrong, sorry about it. But anyways,
maybe taekwondo.
No, karate. I wanted to see that, but few occasions that I tried to check, there was just some basketball coming, so I gave up on that. So didn't see anything. Yeah. Teemu?
Yeah, I saw a couple of things like a bit of badminton. That was interesting. I saw the women's final, I believe.
Badminton. So somebody's
kick your ass.
Yeah.
And then I watched some highlights from swimming and what else? Some weightlifting, and nothing in particular, just something from Eurosports. But live, I only saw the badminton and I think the 100-meter men's final. What else? Then I watched a bit of skateboarding and mountain biking. Yeah, but nothing in particular.
But there's mountain biking.
Yeah, there's.
You mean some downhill things or?
Not downhill, but just like mountain biking, like trail race.
Okay. What is the most weird kind of sport in the Olympics?
Well, one that I hadn't seen before was the street basketball, like 3 against 3.
What?
Yeah.
In Olympics?
What's that?
In Olympics?
In Olympics, yeah.
What the hell?
Don't they have enough games that they have to make new games?
I don't know.
I mean, that's so fucking the next thing we know, who tosses the coin the best.
Yeah.
I wonder if bouldering is there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Be.
Surfing.
Bouldering. What is bouldering? Or did you say bowling?
Climbing, cliff climbing.
Oh.
Surfing?
Without harnesses, like free climbing.
I just not got that. Yeah. No.
I watched some free climbing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember this one guy did some crazy moves, like went like. But this guy died. He fell.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a famous,
I
very
I
famous
watched
guy.
I watched Cliffhanger.
Well, one of the best movies ever.
Was it Rennie Harlin, Finnish
Yeah.
I
director?
think he directed it.
Yeah, exactly. Epic.
I saw
I liked his Deep Blue Sea. That was pretty entertaining. You don't agree?
Yeah.
3-star popcorn flick. Enjoyable.
Okay. Yeah. It isn't that. But about the cliffhanger thing.
What's his best movie?
Whose? Rennie Harlin's.
Rennie's.
Die Hard. Isn't there one?
Oh, I think he did the second one. I mean, the first one is the best.
Mm.
I think he did the second one. It was all right.
But about the cliffhanger and all that, I checked, and bouldering and all these things that I saw a documentary. I haven't seen it before. That it's quite crazy. Mount Everest stuff. What the guys are doing. That there's like hundreds of meters of queues, like hundreds of people waiting there for hours and hours and hours. Crazy shit. I understand even climbing the whole thing is really highly demanding, but then again, like what is happening there is like, whoa.
Yeah. Are we gonna climb
crazy stuff?
Are we gonna climb Mount Everest? When are we going?
Or Asim, do you have in your home country, Pakistan, maybe you have some easy route to K2 that we could take first? It's a practice route.
Definitely. Could be possible. We should definitely consider that.
And stay there, like
as a rehearsal for Mount Everest. Only pre-production's done. Let's go for full tour.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, next questions. What? K-Electroid? Kelectroid. Yes.
What?
Kelectroid. Is asking the next question. He's a new patron here. And actually,
welcome.
All right.
This is his or hers. I'm sorry, I haven't checked the background. But anyways, the first post asking this question, and welcome. I have been binging on your podcast and thoroughly enjoying them. Thank you for the many laughs. Very helpful in these lonely times.
Nice.
There is a question that would like to be asked. Is a question to Jari.
Oh shit.
Is being asked about the Time 2 album and other new work over and over again having an impact on your actual creative processes, as it has an impact on, because people are asking all the time about it. I think if I were in your shoes, it would make me feel harassed and somewhat pressured.
Not so much anymore. Maybe in the past it bothered me, but not so much anymore, or pretty much at all. I feel pretty confident what I'm doing, and I just gonna make the music I want to make, and I will release it when I feel it's done.
So you kind of have time off from this topic.
Yeah, but I just nowadays I'm really enjoying the process of making music, and I don't really care what anyone thinks. So I'm just gonna be in my own own world, just enjoying the process. And I'm really happy at the moment what's about the next album. Actually been writing this crazy monster of a song, and it's like almost, actually it's over 18 minutes at the moment, like five-part song, but I'm still having some issues with the arrangement. Not sure if it works that long. Kind of wanting to cut something maybe out, but cutting stuff out is harder than making the stuff.
Well, then you need to make more.
Yeah, that's always been a problem, to make a little, really like short songs, compact songs.
Yeah.
Because I always come up with kind of cool variations and melodies, and then when I'm at least for me, when I'm listening to a song, I want to stay in that song. I just don't want to be over like that, like the modern pop song, 3 minutes or 4 minutes. I like that, but I like more also that kind of hypnotic feel, like you can stay in that world a little bit longer. But the way to do it is you have to make variations. If you're just gonna repeat riffs, then it gets boring really fast. But even so, if you're gonna make a long song, 50 minutes or something, you still have to think about a lot of stuff, how it will work. So it will not get boring. So there have to be some big changes and different parts that will keep the interest.
What about, is this song every Wintersun drummer's favorite, like 16 to 18 minute blast beats, 240 BPM?
I don't want to reveal anything about the song yet, but I mean, there's some difficult parts for sure. But there's also more easier parts, like more groovy parts.
Yeah.
Also, if you gonna do blast beats and stuff all the time, that will also get boring. So there has to be dynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True to that. Okay. Let's go onwards again. And Schultz Guitar is here, asking a question to Jari. Have you reached out to anyone about a custom amp that would suit your needs based on what you're working on? If so, which manufacturer would you be willing to work with the most?
I haven't reached out, but I've thought about it. I mean, 14 is one for sure. So I met Mike 14, me and Teemu met him at NAMM 2020, and other guys as well in the 14 booth, and they were really nice and like seemed that they would be willing to work. And I actually bought the Cali amp and I really love it. But I've been actually in kind of amp hunting mode. I've been trying different amps lately. I tried the Rev amp, the Rev 120 Mark III. And I really liked it, but for me, for kind of the stuff that I mainly do, like the more technical and fast-paced music, I need the attack to be really tight and accurate. So for me, that amp didn't have that kind of really like Mesa Boogie Mark style dry attack. But in other ways, the amp was really great. For me, my favorite at the moment is I got the Synergy system, and I really love that. And I just recently got the Bogner Uberschall, and I really fucking love it. It's just probably my favorite amp at the moment. Like the style is really fun and cool, and it's you can make it really heavy, but there's still a little bit of kind of rock and roll kind of clang, or I don't know how to describe it.
Clarity or something.
I don't know, rock and roll, like the Marshall kind of sound has a little bit of this kind of upper mid kind of iron clang, like if you hit iron, kind of I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
But it's really cool and a lot of attack, and it's really fun to play. The sound isn't dry like the Mesa Mark style, but it still has the attack. So that's kind of weird because I never experienced anything like that. So, but I'm still trying different amps at the moment because I've been, maybe some of you know, I've been writing like 4 albums now at the same time. So I don't want to maybe have the same amp or the same guitar sound for every album. I would love to have some variety. But if, there's only one amp that has the best sound, of course, I will use that for every album. But still, I want to try to find different amps for all the different albums. Have a little bit different flavors.
Yeah.
Actually, the Bogner is a really strong candidate for the space metal stuff at the moment. But we'll see. I'm actually probably gonna try the Synergy Engel Powerball next. So Ola Engel did a cool demo and sounded pretty big. So
yeah,
gonna have to try it.
That's cool. Yeah. Any comments, fellow guitarists over there, to the amps? No.
Yeah, I mean, if I got to choose, I would probably also talk with Fortin. We have a bit of a relationship already, knowing the guys, and I've also got the Fortin Meshuggah amp for a while already, and I think that's one of my favorite amps. They do really high quality builds and are cool metal guys also, so they know what they're doing. So would be cool to do something with them.
Would be cool to do something with Neural DSP, like build an amp from scratch.
That's what I was just going to say. That's what I'm interested in. Instead of the physical form, I'm more into the digital world. So if they give the access to the point that, you can create your own amp from the scratch till the end.
Yeah.
That would be just insane.
Well, then you could create your own perfect sound.
Exactly.
And even better if it's in digital form. That's even better.
Yeah.
That's what I'm interested in.
You could have the Fortin physical amp, and then it could be as the plug-in version with some other amps for Neural DSP.
But I mean, if it sounds the same, you don't need the analog hardware.
Why to keep a box like just hanging around? It looks good. Good decoration.
Oh yeah, that would be cool to build an amp, even if it's an analog or digital amp. But to build the sound that you want, that would be great.
I would like to have a plug just put here, and that's the job. That's it. Easy. Yeah.
That would be great.
Yes.
Be the best,
Absolute.
So
that was my comment regarding the amps and making the amps.
Okay, thus far, thank you all patrons for the questions on this podcast. We will now continue, because picked up a few from our social media, from the Facebook, from the public side.
All right.
Let's bring them here.
How
on
many
the table.
do we got?
I'd say we got 4 or 5 questions here, and let's just check these out. Jasper Schwinghammer is first in line, asking that will there be a podcast with Kai at some point? I think we've talked about this before, that we're checking on it and possibly in the future, who knows. But the other thing is that has the addition of Asim influence on the songwriting process, as there now is an additional voice with lead quality in the band? Can we expect more complex vocal arrangements because of this in the future?
Do you really want a more difficult vocal arrangement? Sometimes it's not necessarily better. Or in my experience, vocal arrangements, if you write them with a piano or guitar or something, and then you try to sing them, it doesn't always sound the best. For me, I get better results if I write like the basic, the basic underneath layers, not to do the melody, and then I try to sing like how it naturally comes out. Then I usually get much better vocal arrangement. It's more natural than to write it with an instrument and then try to sing that difficult melody. But yeah, definitely, I've been writing, keeping in mind that Asim is in the band, and thinking about backing vocal stuff and canon vocal stuff and things like that. But yeah, but I am not there yet, because I'm still working on the songs first. I mean, there's probably at least 75% of the lyrics are done, but there's still a lot of vocal arrangements to be made. But yeah, I'm definitely always keeping in mind, and even for Teemu and Jukka, for backing round, clean choir vocals, Jukka's growling vocals, and stuff like that. So I always keep that in mind. But it doesn't, necessarily mean that the arrangement is gonna be easy or difficult.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go onwards again, and second question that we picked was from Huhan Wong. I'm sorry if I pronounced the name correctly. I hope it was right enough. Well, this is a philosophic one. Metal without guitar sound. Is it still metal?
Maybe not. I don't think so.
There is a reason why it's called metal, right? It was made with the guitar, and it had the electric
heavy metal, yeah.
Distortion
element to it that defined it into becoming heavy metal. So of course, if you take that out, then
yeah, I don't think it's metal, but you could say if you do something,
you replicate it with a MIDI.
Yeah, I mean, if you do something, then you could say it has heavy metal influence in the music. But the genre would be different than heavy metal. I mean,
you can just do a cappella and put new DSP plugins on the vocal performance, and then you will have
I mean, there's bands like Carpenter Brut. They have pretty fucking heavy parts that is sounds like sort of like heavy metal, but I wouldn't call it heavy metal. It's just heavy metal influence. Right? So no, it has to have guitar.
So Teemu, we don't need any guitars in heavy metal. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think guitar is one of the important parts of the metal DNA. But then again, like if you would take a metal song like all the other elements of the metal song, like metal drums and vocals and stuff, and then just replace the guitar tracks with, let's say, synth with the distortion, I think that would still be metal. That would be just a kind of...
No, then it would be synthwave cover of the metal song.
Yeah.
I think.
The question is to everybody: what is metal?
Metal is life.
It's just a matter of perception. That's it. As you know, we are full of experts in the world nowadays, so let's see what people think.
But in my opinion, it needs to have guitar, unless someone gives me a better argument.
Yeah, I think so
Well,
too.
could replace with several bass guitars, but we don't go into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Distorted bass, pan left,
Hey,
right.
we didn't say particular guitar, right? When we talk about
What is bass guitar?
Guitar has acoustic guitar, like classic guitar, bass guitar, electric
bass is still a guitar.
semi-acoustic guitar. So bass is still a guitar, man. So
God damn it! It's just the bass.
it's just the bass. What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
What are you making a big number out of?
Jukka, admit it, you're a guitar player.
No.
You're a goddamn guitar player.
Okay, this is enough now. Now I'm gonna push the red button for this podcast. Yeah.
So just accept it.
I do not accept or admit anything, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that answers it.
Everything answers. Yeah, definitely. Okay. 2 more to go. Philip Susic, perhaps, is asking that question for Jari. Can you remake or remaster your immemorial songs? Or at least add a few songs on some new album as a bonus song?
Well, I mean, I could if I wanted to, but it's not on my top priority in my to-do list.
Yeah.
So,
because he's saying that many Wintersun fans might not know these songs and might be interested of them.
Actually, let me see. Immemorial, that's not my song, actually. I mean, the lyrics, the vocal lines was probably mine.
Yeah.
But that is Kimmo Miettinen song, who played, who was the first drummer in Ensiferum before Oliver came to the band. And then Kimmo also played drums in Artemisia. And he also liked power metal. And he wrote that song and asked me to sing and write lyrics to it. So I would have to ask Kimmo first, even if I do anything.
Okay.
But yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because there's so much other things to do.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, though.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's time for the last one for this podcast. The last question is from Adam Kolda. What's the best way to learn how to scream like you do, especially in songs like Beyond the Dark Sun?
Well, for me, I was a really bad singer. But I just, when I was a teenager, I just tried to imitate my favorite singers. You know, Jeff Walker from Carcass, Philip Anselmo from Pantera, Taneli Jarva from Sentenced, James Hetfield, Sebastian Bach, Devin Townsend. I just tried to do them what they do, and it was really fucking difficult. But in time, I just got better, and I kind of forced my vocals to do like just brutal force. Try to do what I want my throat to do. and in time it just got better. But it was a lot of singing and a lot of screaming, and a lot of destroying the vocal cords. But I never really had any problems in that when I was younger. So I kind of wouldn't recommend that road, but for me it was just something that I had to do. The only way I had to learn, just brute force and try to imitate my favorite singers. And then I started at some point to find my own style. And the only problems I started having when I was recording vocals for the Time albums. So I was screaming like 5 hours a day and really putting like force into the vocals. So I started getting this lump or kind of strange feeling and losing my voice. But it was nothing serious though. I went to see a doctor. It was just a strain. And at that point I started to do vocal warm-ups, lip rolls and basic la 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 las and stuff like that. You can find a lot of cool basic vocal warm-ups on YouTube. And then I do a lot of I always do the zen of screaming before shows and before I record anything. It's a good thing to just get your vocals warmed up.
Well, that's what you introduced to all of us, at least the warm-ups, the zen of screaming stuff.
Yeah. You really feel the difference if you warm up like at least in half an hour. I usually do half an hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You can really feel the difference.
I don't know if Adam, if you would like to know more, like Asim, do you have any, or do we have any like a precise tip that we could give? Like there are different, of course, books and
there is probably
teachers and everybody, but
better teachers than me and that really knows how to teach the growling technique. And there's even a lot of YouTubers that teach that stuff. I've even watched a few videos. But for me, I kind of learned myself. There was no internet when I was learning. So I just did my thing.
Asim, how did you?
The best way is to, of course, never to be, following the sound of somebody else, because eventually what's going to happen is when you press the record button, you would eventually end up sounding you. That's the key. So the best suggestion is always to, as much as possible, start recording yourself from now. So that after even like 6 months of recording process, you would notice that you have developed a certain technique of your own that would define your tone and you, even though you are implementing partially like impersonation of the person that you have listened to and you like the sound of. So, but then you would know your limits as well. You would know your threshold, like, okay, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, and this is what you're going to work on. And some things that you were not able to do, they happen by mistake while you're recording and you like the sound of it, then you adapt to it. And then from there on, the new techniques start developing. And so like for my end, I did not know that I would be able to pull off black metal kind of high-end screams like till very recently, because this all started happening more clearly after the Circle's last 4 songs release that we did, the Metamorphosis. And then I realized, oh, okay, that there's some high mid range that I could I could either go very high or I could go low, but I could not do that, like, nearby that mid high tone. So it's always the experiment that when you press the record button and you start doing it. And of course, just forcing yourself to do it, because force is never as cliche as it sounds like. Force is not the one that makes the growling sound, actually. So it's like we naturally are growlers anyways. The vocal cords are what we are speaking as right now, is a very controlled growl. So it's just a release of air, how you control your air. So breathing exercises are very, very necessary, how to breathe. And that's one of the reasons why if you listen to the people who are wind instrumentalists, for instance, Dio was a trumpet player in the start. So that's one of the reasons he had pretty good lungs. So even the bagpipe players, they have amazing lungs as well, because of course, constantly they are, controlling the amount of air that's going out, and they're like breathing in and so on. Flute players have amazing technique as well. So try to look into that how to control, your abdomen, your lung intake and outtake. So there are those techniques which will really, really help you in the long run. It becomes automatic. So breathing is utmost important. Second is just start recording and see how much air you push out. Nowadays we have all the technology. Basically we can see the waveforms, as well as Yari was saying. We don't, back in the days, even the YouTube and everything was not there. So even when I did the whole growling thing, shouting and so on, it was all coming through the tape or let's say the MP3 files and so on. There was no proper way of like knowing that, oh, I can see the wave files that where it's going like this and that and so on. So nowadays there are so many techniques that we should really avail or use in order to enhance our performance.
Asim, you had a good point there in the beginning. For me, like in the beginning, I had because I wanted to sound like my idols, especially James Hetfield.
Right.
So I really wanted to do that James Hetfield kind of raspy Black Album sound. And for some people, that's just a natural. And for me, it was never really natural. But I still wanted to do it, and I forced myself to do it. But later on, you just gotta realize that you don't have to sound like someone else. You will find your own voice and just sing with your own voice. That will always be better than try to sound like someone else. And it will be much easier.
And as cliche again it would be, because we listen to a song which is done by somebody else and we try to replicate that, it would be the best that you record your song and keep on replicating your song. So you would be actually multiplying your own impersonation all along, and eventually becoming your styled singer. It's the same way when I have to learn, or actually I had to relearn after we didn't play for 2 years with Damnation Plan. So I kept on replicating me in all the songs, and it was weird. And I was like, oh, I was imagining that singer as another singer that I have to replicate. So a bit of a narcissistic kind of a thing, but it not really is, because if you keep it very locked in your head that you have to execute exactly what you have done before, it really helps you to develop that technique properly. And of course, vocals are muscle memory too. It's the same way with the guitar playing. So it's like once you keep on doing the same thing again and again, when you get comfortable with that, then you can improvise around it. So limitations, as Yari was saying as well, then you eventually realize, hey, not everybody can do the Denny Filth scream, but does everybody need to do the Denny Filth scream?
Yeah, you gotta do your scream.
Exactly. Okay, that was bad.
What was I about to say?
Unique anyways, even though it was bad or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's still unique.
For me, I still love,
Unique.
I really love the kind of the singers that have this natural rasp. But that just isn't me. For me, pure clean or growling is much easier than the raspy clean. But when I sing, I get really warmed up, and I sing clean vocals, then the raspy can come naturally. But if I try to do it immediately, it just doesn't work well.
With this, I actually made a study. I've been studying that a long time regarding that. Actually, that has to do with a lot of psychological factor of how we were influenced when we were kids. Because all the singers that we listen to as vocalists come out naturally at a certain age than when you force yourself to sound somebody else. For instance, for you, Sebastian Bach has been very much of an influence. So that comes out very naturally out of you.
Actually, it's fucking crazy how Sebastian Bach and David
Like
Sausen, they were like
clean.
19 years old and they were all already like
Right.
masters. For me, it took like 20 years to get like even a good point.
Yeah, well, it's about like, you know,
and
just doing
still
it.
growing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the transition of voice you can see as well in Dio as well, from Rainbow Time or Elf and the Prophets, like all these other things that he did. I don't remember, like earlier, the Red Caps. Like you can see the transition that he did with his voice as well, till the point he was in Dio as a Dio band. It was completely different tone and different voice. So it's just the evolution of voice as well that just comes along.
Yeah.
And now,
True.
if you listen to David Coverdale, he has dropped from 1.5 step down. He can't really even come close to singing in the original key.
You mean live?
Oh, of course, that guy is 70 years old.
You mean live?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, singing live is much more difficult than in studio.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
That can, of course, hit within age.
Correct.
Yeah. Even James Hetfield, they play the Metallica songs like at least half step or sometimes full step down.
Because that requires stamina as well. Like, you know, it's like easier to sing one song in 1 hour and then relax, rather to sing like a 1.5 hour to 2 hour set with so many different variations.
Yeah.
So takes a toll.
But yeah, really, really cool answer. Hopefully this gave some hints and tips for the screaming exercising and to go onwards with that.
Yeah, the more important thing is just to do it a lot, practice a lot, and you eventually get better.
True to that.
And one more thing, it's like guitar play. Try different things, different styles, you know, just for fun, and then from those styles you find your own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Cool.
maybe one more practical advice to add what's cool nowadays, because you can go to YouTube and find these isolated tracks to a lot of songs. So you can find like isolated vocal tracks, and then you can put it in your DAW along with maybe the backing track, and then you can try to find all the little details and maybe record it yourself and compare. I think that's a cool way to kind of fine tune your phrasing and like little details, and also your like pitch, like comparing to the original track.
Okay. So
And
nowadays,
also, if you're doing crawling, please pronounce the words like well. At least I like that more when the words are pronounced like well. So you can actually maybe even hear the lyrics.
Some articulation at least.
Yeah, articulation. At least I like. But if you like really sewer, gutter stuff, that's fine too. Sometimes that works too.
Yeah. Depends.
Pig squeals or whatnot.
Yeah. But hey, that was really cool. Oh yeah, I need to ask them actually, although about to end this. And you said about isolated tracks. Where can you find them? Just
yeah, if you just go to YouTube and you put like, let's say, Dio isolated vocals, you'll get a bunch of Dio tracks with just the vocals.
And by the way, if you want Wintersun isolated vocals, there's on Bandcamp, in Wintersun Bandcamp, you can find isolated tracks for everything. At least for Time 1 and Forest Season.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hey, that was the last question, so it's a wrap up.
Thank you for all the questions, guys.
Yeah, definitely, and
good ones.
Thank you for all the support, Patreon-wise, outside world-wise, public-wise, wherever-wise. Truly appreciate it in every sense.
Hope you guys will have a great rest of the summer. Let's
Yep.
enjoy the summer a little bit and prepare for the winter.
And we'll be back with next podcast and other content soon to come again.
Yes.
Coolio. So take
Right.
care.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Cheers.
Bye.